Hey everyone, coming live to you with some breaking news and some news flashes that are just going to bring so much information to everyone in our industry. And we're just going to bring and break down what we are seeing happening in our local market. And I know that if it's happening in our local market, it means that it's happening in every market everywhere else. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're going to be watching this live, give us a hashtag live. If you're going to watch this on replay, give us a hashtag replay. But welcome to Newsflash, our new segment where we are bringing the latest and greatest of what is actually happening in our market with real estate agents, team leaders, and brokers. And we already know that if it's happening in our local market, it's happening everywhere else. And as usual, I've got my partner here. I mean, the woman that just says, Lucy, let's go. I mean, if I tell her, let's go bungee jumping, she's going to say, yes, let's bungee jump. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I am excited. I'm excited because we are right now like just giving it our all to, rediscover, redesign, reinvent, uh, restructure. Like we're doing everything that needs to happen for us to, just find the way, find the path for what we're doing. So that's why we decided to put this news flash together. And, we're transmitting live on Facebook, we're transmitting live on YouTube, we're transmitting live on Instagram, which is a huge accomplishment. So let's just, dive right in. Talia, how are you feeling today?
I mean, I'm feeling good. I'm also, a little sad as well because, the conversations that we've had today, it just makes me realize how much help, is needed in the real estate industry, and it's specifically for agents, right? Because I keep hearing the same story over and over and over and over again, and it's like it's not changing. And I'm like, wow, like we really do need a shift. And I'm also excited. So I'm sad, but then I'm also excited at the same time because we are bringing the solution, right? We are changing the game, and yeah, this is going to be a good conversation for sure.
Guys, so this is our very first news flash, and Talia and I are totally committed to revolutionizing what is being done in the industry, but we are more committed to bringing the solution, like she just said, and just speaking to the hearts of real estate agents that are out there that are feeling lost, that are feeling confused, that are losing deals, that feel like they're ready to throw in the towel. And Talia, your conversation with me and my conversation with you all the time is we've got what they need. They don't have to quit. Like I remember being that underdog. I remember struggling. I remember being lost and confused. I remember being in that red ocean of competition where it just seemed like everyone else was making it. And here I was just, slowly but surely fading away. Do you remember at any moment when you felt that way?
Oh, definitely. Yes, I remember clearly. And I'm really lucky though, like because, you know, I I had someone that was able to save me before I threw in the towel, which is obviously you, right? Because if it really wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't have made it this far. And I can say that, honestly, because, you know, this this is not a this is not a an easy industry, right? Like you have to come in, especially if you're coming from like maybe a background that's not really sales or just doing something completely different, right? This is a whole different ball game. We're talking about running a business, right? So if you don't already have experience doing that, and you're coming into doing it, then it's you gotta learn a bunch of stuff. You gotta have a lot of support, a lot of help, and I was really fortunate. I'm really fortunate to have made it through that dark time. And it's sad because I get sad because I'm like, wow, like we have these conversations and I'm hearing these people and I'm like, I was there, like I know how that feels, but I was just so lucky. And this person is looking for that. So before they throw in the towel, they're like, wait, hold on. I have a little bit more in me. I haven't given up just yet, so they're actually raising their hand and they're looking for the help. If it's not in where they're at now, they're like, okay, well, I got to find it somewhere else.
I hear you, and I remember myself. So to everyone that is joining us on Instagram right now, we're talking about our news flash. This is our news flash segment, like what we are learning and finding out that's happening in our marketplace with our real estate agents. We want to bring the news flash. We want to tell you the real deal, but we're bringing the solution. And Talia, I could not have said it better than what you just said. People are in pain. People are losing deals. People are out there floundering. They're floating in an open ocean of a red sea filled with competition. They're watching other people close deals. They're watching other people put their little flyers on social media and say, I just closed a deal under contract. It went pending. Call me, call me, call me. And I just have a heart for those that are struggling. And, today we had conversations with people, right? You and I experienced it firsthand that have, like you said, reached out, they've raised their hand, they've said, I just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. And it's crazy because as I was sitting there listening to them, the first thing that's going through my mind is they're not going to do what they have to do. Like they're probably not going to want to do what they have to do. They're probably not going to be coachable and trainable. They're not probably not going to be team spirited. They're probably, not going to want to be held accountable, right? Because that is what we see in our industry most of the time is people that do not want to be told what to do not want to be held accountable, do not want to be guided or directed, because we all get into real estate to be an independent contractor. And sometimes, we're so independent that we're independently broke. But yet, at the end of our conversation, they are like for the fifth time, did you notice that? For the fifth, sixth time, they're like, I already told you, just tell me what to do. And that's when it like hits home. And I'm like, okay, Lucy, they just want to know what they need to do. How did you see that conversation without saying names or genders or, I mean, we're just people trying to make it in the real estate industry, and I'm just a person wanting to be the lighthouse. How did you see it from your perspective?
Like for me, like you can almost cut not the tension, but like the frustration, like in the air, because you can tell when a person has had it, right? Like you can tell, like their body language and just the way they're expressing themselves. So like that was my like I don't know, my perspective, like I was just looking, right? Because you can see when a person is feeling some sort of way. Your body kind of has another language. So
Yeah.
that's what I realized was like, wow, like, when they just want out, right? They just want to achieve their goals. And here they are, kind of like swinging, but not, but missing every shot. You know what I mean? And that's tough.
I
That's tough.
think that you hit the nail on the head. I could literally cut through the level of frustration in the with the people that we met today. And that's why I said to you, listen, we need to continue to bring the message. We need to continue to bring the message. People are watching, people are looking. You know, nobody goes down without a fight. I really don't I don't believe people go down without a fight. Maybe people don't pay attention to their fight, but I don't believe people go down without a fight. So this news flash that we're just putting out there is to say real estate agents are losing deals. Hello, if you're a team leader, if you're a broker, you need to like wake up and understand that each and every one of us wants to make it in real estate. Now, mind you, there are people that are just not going to do what it takes, right? But you'll never know unless you have the right conversation with your people.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe There's a lot of people in real estate that do want to make it. As a matter of fact, if you're going to watch this now or you're going to watch it on replay, I want you to really answer this question. Do I want to make it in real estate? Do I really want to use a vehicle of real estate to change my life? And if the answer is yes, I want you to answer this next question. Now that I know that I want to use a vehicle of real estate to change my life, why do I want to use the vehicle of real estate to change my life? And once you have figured out why you want the real estate vehicle of why you want the vehicle of real estate to change your life, I want you to answer one last question. Listen, I don't care if you join Q International. I don't care if you join EXP. I don't care if you go with every other brand name, logo, color that's out there. It doesn't matter. What matters to me is that you decide to reach your highest and best potential in real estate. Because even if you one day, 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years from now, you can say, I remember that first news flash that Lucy and Thalia did that made me think that was my turning point. I just want you to find your turning point. Because the last question is, why do I want real estate to be the vehicle to change my life? Because there's a lot of people in pain, Thalia. We felt it today. Don't
Yes,
you agree?
and I think that another question, which we know this is like probably the $1 million question that I thought you were gonna say, but what are you willing to sacrifice?
Ah,
Right?
yes, girl.
Yes, because it's true. It does come, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. So
Yes.
I think that I was like, is she gonna say it? Is she gonna say it?
And that's what I love. I mean, you and I have been walking this journey for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
We've been walking this journey like me duplicating myself into you, which is totally different for over a year now, right? Like we started in January of last year and now here we are. And here's what I want you guys to know. I want you to know that if you're a real estate agent, you deserve the opportunity to make it in real estate. And if you're not getting what you need, then do not rob yourself of the opportunity of raising your hand, reaching out. Whether you join Q International, whether you come on board with Lucy or with Dalia as a mentor, it doesn't matter. Let us help you get on the right track because the pain is real. You know, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. So explain to everyone, what does it mean? What are you willing to sacrifice?
So I would say, because there's a saying that goes, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? Like a lot of times, and trust me, I mean, I've been there too. Sometimes I find myself there, and that's when I realize I'm like, no, I can do something else, right? Where, you want to be comfortable. We naturally don't like discomfort, right? But if you can see yourself, I think if you can see yourself at another level, it's gonna
Right.
come with some sacrifice, right? So maybe like, some for an example, watching Netflix, right? Watching Netflix, or binging. I should say binging because, maybe you can watch an episode here and there if you had the time and you
Right.
with the level of work that you put
Right.
in, right? But binging Netflix for like a whole day, can you do something else that's a little bit more productive? Yes. And that's like a sacrifice, right? It's sacrificing the comfort, sacrificing something that, you just have to put to the side for now and working on, your future self, right? So I would say that, that's how I kind of put it. It's like, okay, what am I willing to just put to the side for now so I can focus on what's going to bring me to the next level. And then once I'm at the next level, treat yourself, right? Like,
I know. You know, it's crazy because I always have to look back. They say, my favorite coach, John Teplak, has always said that our future is in our past, right? And he's so right. Every time I sit with you and we plan out what we're going to do, and we sit in interviews with agents, or we sit in, just brainstorming sessions with agents. I'd rather call it a brainstorming session with agents because I'm not interviewing agents. I'm looking to meet them where they're at. I'm looking to see if what they are really looking for is what we are able to deliver. I'm looking to see if we are the right alignment. I'm looking to see if they really have what it takes to make it in real estate, because this is not an easy business, but it is an unbelievable business. And, Talia, you and I have witnessed it firsthand that agents are in pain, agents are lost, they're confused. Agents are losing deals because their brokers are too busy to help them. My goodness. Hello, their team leaders are too busy to help them, and agents are losing, three, four, five, $6,000 on a deal. I mean, you and I saw an agent today, literally, this person's eyes teared up when I shared with them how they could have saved this deal, but they were missing the leadership. So why are we bringing this news flash? This news flash is to tell you, if you're a mortgage broker, if you're a loan officer, if you're a title company, if you are a home inspector, you are looking for agents to bring you deals, right? But there's a lot of agents out there that are suffering, that are lost. And this person that we spoke with today, actually both people that we spoke with today, they have all the potential to make it in real estate. But you know what they're losing? You know what they're missing? You know what they're missing? They're missing leadership. They're missing leadership. And that's why I said to Talia, I said, we got to bring a news flash, because this is the moment for us to help people rise up, level up, and go to that next level. I don't care if you join Q International or not. I don't care if you choose Talia as your certified mentor, internship leader, because our mentorship is not like, okay, call me if you got a question, I'll help you. No, 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 no. We are throwing people in the pool. If you're not willing to be a world-class swimmer, don't come swim in our pool. We're looking for world-class swimmers. But if you are somebody that says, Lucy, I want to be a world-class real estate agent, I want to learn how to swim, you got to get in the pool. You got to
Yeah.
get in the pool. Don't you agree, Tali?
Yes, yes, I definitely agree. So I kind of want to take this in a not a different direction, but I do want to touch on something because going back, you were like this person kept saying, tell me what to do, tell me what to do, tell me what to do, which is great, right? Like it starts there. You can go, especially with new agents, right? They go into, all these broker interviews, right? And they get the whole breakdown, and, some even give you like a method of operating, right? Like, what are you going to be doing? What are the expectations from the agents? Now,
Right.
I almost wonder, I'm like, okay, is the broker saying what they should be expecting from them being an agent? Because they're quick to say, okay, we expect you to bring in, do 90-minute jam sessions, or, calling and being on a database for 5 days and stuff like that. So like, that's where I'm kind of questioning. So Lucy, so break it down for us. An agent is coming in, right? They're coming into the industry. They're so excited. They're like, I can't wait to start my real estate business. And they start interviewing a whole bunch of brokers. And can you tell us, what should you expect from a broker or a team leader or whatever, as a real estate agent? What can you break that down for us? Because I think that's probably a gray area.
So here's the problem, and we've got the solution. Here's a problem, and we've got the solution. And this is why you need to listen up. If you're in the real estate industry, if you're an agent, I don't care if you've been in it 2 minutes, 2 years, 2 months, 20 years, it doesn't matter, right? Everybody has to now learn how to do the new generation of real estate, including brokers. Like if you opened up your office in 1981, like my mentor, right? He was, I opened up my office in 1981. I said, it's no longer 1981. We are not in 1981. So the first thing everyone needs to understand is the new generation of real estate and how the new generation of real estate is played. Like, this is not a basketball game. This is not a baseball game. This is not a one size fits all. This is not a cookie cutter business. We're dealing with customers. We're dealing with, a market that is constantly shifting and changing. So here's the problem. We've got two problems. I'm going to give you the solution. Number one, if you've been in the business too long, you need to level up. You need to evolution. You need to evolve. Because otherwise you're gonna be a dinosaur. You're gonna be extinct. So I don't. That's why I'm like, my goodness, my heart beats real estate from an agent's perspective, from a team leader's perspective, from a broker's perspective. And I can tell you with every ounce of my being and all the conviction that if you are a real estate team leader, your job is to lead by example. You must serve your people. Otherwise, give up your team. If it's all about you, you don't need a team. There's no I in team.
Mm.
So if you've got a brokerage, you're not supposed to be the enemy that your team is sleeping with. What do I mean by that? I remember my mentor told me, Lucy, you know the definition of manager? And this is one you've never even heard me say, Talia. I want you to drop it in the
Oh,
chat if you could drop it in the chat. He said to me, you know what the real definition of manager is? And he said, write down the word manager, right? And I just wrote it down. I just wrote it down and I'm going to put it. You know, the real definition of manager is manager. How long can you continue to grow to keep your people growing?
oh wow. Wow, that's a good one.
I've
Yeah.
never shared that with you, right? I've never
Yeah.
shared that with you. Because there's so much that I learned from this human that I can't unpack it in 3 years. I was with him for 20 years. He said the
Wow.
real definition of manager. So listen up, brokers. Your job is to be a manager, which means how long can you keep someone growing with you before they've got to go? Because here's the problem. The problem is if you don't grow, your people got to go. I'm gonna break it down to you like in Brooklyn style. If you don't grow, my broker friend, if you don't grow, my team leader friend, your people got to go. And that's why we've got agents hopping around like kangaroos
Mm.
because their team leaders are not offering the growth. Their brokers are not offering the growth because nobody told the team leader or the broker, you are a manager. That means you're supposed to jump in the trenches and help your people keep those deals together. You're supposed to lead by example and not be their competition. You're supposed to be their completion. Oh, don't get me started, girl.
Full fire.
You know, and that is the newsflash. The newsflash is what does an agent expect from their team leader? Servanthood, servant leadership. What do you need from me? How can I help you? Now, don't get me wrong. If you're a lazy agent, if you are a lazy agent, if you're an agent that wants to wake up at 10 in the morning, drink milk and have cookies, you're out. Your team leader, your broker, they need to man up. They need to woman up. They need to pull up their bootstraps and say, listen, you know what? I'm going to promote you. I'm going to promote you to being a freelancer. That means you're free to lance. You're out. Go freelance. Because if you're a lazy agent that wants to be watching Netflix till 2 in the morning and then it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're not up, you haven't done your morning ritual, you ain't gonna make it. And that's that's the other problem. That team leaders and brokers are not manning up. They're not womaning up. They just want to see their roster filled up because their ego is in the way. They're not holding people accountable. But when you sit down with a human and you ask them the tough questions and you bring them to the past because the future is in our past and you say, tell me what was your best year ever? And they give you that number and you say, okay, hold on. So this is what you say you want to reach? And then you tell them it's going to take you 36 months to do this. And their eyes go like this because they're expecting it to do it by next month. No. I'm not a dream seller. I'm an empire builder. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's up to you if you want to do it.
Exactly. This is
So
full fire. I love this. I think that, it's true what like everything that you're saying, we need to all like level up, right? Like, and then if you're not ready to do that, then you gotta step to the side, right? Because
I
I mean
think
then
Amazon is hiring. I
yeah,
think Amazon is still hiring. You can still like open up a content creator account on TikTok.
very true.
I mean, you got options, but if you're going to be in real estate, you deserve to make money. And team leaders and brokers have a team leaders and brokers, Tali, right now have a huge responsibility. And if they're not going to meet it, they need to let their people go. Let my people go. Let my people go. I will help you if and only if and when you know what you're willing to sacrifice and why you want to do it.
Yes. So, what's the solution? How can, like, if someone resonates with this message, right? They're in this scenario where they're like, I want more, but I feel like I'm not getting to where I want to go, right? What can they do? Talk to us, Lucy.
They need to call their team leaders and brokers into a re-interview process. They need to really like woman up as well. Stop blame shifting.
Mm,
Stop, pointing the finger at somebody else. You need to re-interview your team leader, you need to re-interview your broker, and you need to say, listen, do you know what I need to do to reach this level? They need to know what level they want to reach. Number one, do you know what I need to do to reach this level? Number two, are you willing to lead me by example? That's a big one. Huh? Are you willing to lead me by example? And if they don't know how to lead you by example, kiss them, bless them, and it's time to say goodbye. But if they say they are, then you need to understand, okay, so what are you going to do to get me there? Because
yes.
it takes accountability. What are you going to do to get me there? Are you going to jump in the trenches with me when I need you? Are you going to help me negotiate a deal when it's falling apart? Are you
Mm,
going to go with me on a listing appointment, on a for sale by owner door knocking session? Are you going to demonstrate? Guys, wake up and smell the coffee. Training is not teaching, telling is not teaching. If your team leader, your broker is not showing you by demonstration, you are in the wrong atmosphere, because that's what it's going to take in this market. And if your team leader and your broker are too busy, then it's time to kiss them and say goodbye. But you also need to take responsibility, and you need to say, okay, where do I want to go? What am I willing to sacrifice? And why am I going to do it? Right? And that's it. That's it. That's how you do this. That's how you play this game and win.
you see, this was good. I really hope that you guys found value in this conversation. If you did, we would love to hear your feedback. You don't have
Yes,
to comment here. That's all right. Message us directly. Right? We can message us directly. Let us know what your feedback is. If you know someone that needs the help, or maybe I mean, you said this to you. You had an open invitation to one of the persons that we talked to today, right? And you said, you know, if you need anything, reach
yeah,
out, right?
yeah,
Like we don't have to be married first for me to help you out. Like
yeah,
we can help each other out because we're all in this together. You said it best. We're like we all are trying to make it. We all are trying to do our best and live our best life. So why not help
absolutely.
each other out? So guys,
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, in the next 30 seconds that we've got left, Talia, drop your number in the chat. Even if you don't leave your brokerage, even if you don't leave your team, but you need an answer, reach out to us.
mhm,
I don't need you to join Q International. Talia doesn't need you to be one of her mentees. But if we can at least help you save a deal. I mean, I feel the pain when I speak with someone and they tell me I lost an $8,000 commission because my leader did not jump in the pool with me and I didn't know what to do. Guys, we don't know what we don't know. And I'm just going to put it out there. Every broker out there, I don't care how successful and how much money you made, and every team leader that's out there, I don't care how luxury your team or your company or who you represent is. We all started from the bottom. Don't forget where you came from.
Mm,
Don't forget where you came from. So if you've got people and your people are watching this, listen, don't leave your team leader, don't leave your brokerage. I don't need you to do that. But if we can help you save a deal and it's going to put an additional $4,000 in your pocket, you know what? I will get back what I'm giving out because we get by giving. So reach out to us. Talia put her number in the chat. You know, we are public servants. We're not here to be just talking about all the deals I close. We're here to serve our community, and we're here to put our, you know, service at the at the reach of everyone. So I hope you guys got something out of this today. This is our first news flash. Let's see what else we bring. We're going to bring all the news flashes. As soon as we talk to people, we feel the pain, we get into the trenches with them, and we see the struggle. We're going to bring a news flash, right, Dali? Close it
that's
out, girl. Close it out, girl.
Yes. Well, until next time, we'll definitely see you here. Oh, and before we let everybody go, this Friday, Agents tomorrow. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
Agents in the Trenches at 12. You don't want to miss it. We have a very powerful conversation coming to you with some super good information. So definitely 12 to about 12:45. Mark it on your calendars. Take that time out to the side. Trust me, you will not regret it. And so we'll see you tomorrow, actually.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Tali, for doing this news flash with me.
Of
Take
course,
care, guys.
guys. Bye bye.